This strip once fed people on long journeys. This ancient method saved lives in winter. Drying meat is probably the earliest preservation. Sun, wind, and smoke remove dangerous moisture. Archaeologists find dried meat remnants in caves. Origins, where drying started and spread. Sheep carcass stretched and hung by a fire. People draped thin strips across racks to dry. Nomads carried dried jerky on horseback journeys. Thin-cut meat dries faster and more evenly. Microbes need water. Drying denies them that. Early technology assured simple racks and drying frames. Sun-drying was fastest in hot, arid climates. Cold drying happens naturally in high, dry plateaus. Smoking adds flavor and kills surface bacteria. Salt often paired with drying to ensure safety. Ethnographic examples: Biltong, Jerky, charqui, pemmican. Native Americans dried meat into long-lasting pemmican. South American charqui traveled with Inca caravans. Drying allowed long-distance trade of protein-rich food. Reenactment: hunter slicing thin venison strips carefully.
Thinness and airflow control drying speed precisely.
Sunlight and low humidity prevent spoilage rapidly.
Smoking racks concentrate heat and smoky compounds. Wind exposure must avoid insects and contamination. Drying racks elevated to catch steady breezes. Drying tents protected meat from animals and dust. Preservation success depended on butchery and cut quality. Good hygiene reduced post-slaughter contamination risks.
Science: how drying changes meat at cellular level.
Osmosis, moisture migration, and reduced water activity matter. Lower water activity prevents bacterial growth effectively.
Proteins denature slowly. Flavors concentrate during drying.
Smoke deposits antimicrobial chemicals on meat surfaces.
Histology: fibers tighten and fats oxidize slowly.
Microbial hazards include Clostridium and Staphylococcus strains.
Traditional methods relied on observation more than labs.
Evidence:
bone residues, and dried fragments in middens. Roman texts describe sun-dried and smoked provisions. Indigenous practices refined drying across continents pragmatically. Regional variants show cultural adaptation to climate. Icelandic hangikjöt, air-smoked over peat fires for months. South African biltong uses vinegar or salt prior to drying. North American pemmican mixes dried meat with rendered fat.
Peruvian charqui used llama meat for long transport.
Scandinavian methods emphasized cold, slow drying for texture. Southeast Asian sun-drying favors thin strips and shade.
Reconstruction. Coastal fishermen drying salmon on racks. Historic trade. Dried fish and meat fed sailors centuries. Processing centers emerged where climate favored drying. Drying became an industry in arid salt flats. Modern food safety overlays traditional drying with controls. Temperature and humidity control reduce risk in factories.
Commercial jerky uses low-heat dehydration and curing salts. Packaging and oxygen scavengers extend shelf life significantly.
Regulations set maximum microbial counts for dried meat. Labels must declare allergen, sodium, and preservative content. Home drying remains popular for flavor and self-reliance.
Simple dehydrators replicate ancient sun and wind techniques. Trimming, slicing, salting, and drying steps. Step 1. Select lean, fresh cuts with little fat.
Step 2. Slice meat thinly across the grain uniformly. Step 3. Marinate or cure to add flavor and safety.
Step 4. Arrange strips for maximum airflow and spacing.
Step 5. Monitor drying environment and rotate racks routinely. Step 6. Test dryness. Leathery, not brittle. Tests moisture. Cold smoking adds complexity and a layer of preservation.
Sun drying requires insect proofing and periodic inspection.
Common mistakes: too thick slices and inadequate airflow.
Simple recipes: salt brine jerky and peppered biltong variations.
Short demonstration: marinating venison in vinegar and spice.
Small batch artisans now make specialty dried meats locally. Flavor profiles come from smoke, spice, and aging time. Nutrition: dried meat concentrates protein and calories efficiently.
Modern uses: camping food, emergency rations, and snacks.
Sustainability, reducing waste by preserving seasonal harvests. Community traditions keep drying knowledge alive today. Workshops teach safe drying and reproducible home methods.
Research seeks safer, faster dehydration technologies now.
Final fact: drying transformed mobility, trade, and survival.